Alright, first things first, I'm going to apologize in advance because I have a terrible cold. I am going to be very nasally and probably kind of sniffly and gross during this video, but I promised you guys an Insurgent review, and that is what I'm here to do. Today is March 20th, the day that Insurgent is released. I went to a late night showing last night at 10:50, something like that, and saw the movie, and I am here to tell you basically just my thoughts on it. I've written down a few notes in my little YouTube notebook, and I'm basically just gonna kind of talk about a bunch of different things. I'm not gonna do this super structured like my last one, but I do have a couple of comments to say about the movie. Okay, now I'm going to warn you that this is going to be a spoiler review. I am going to talk about things that if you want to see the movie and you don't want things to be spoiled, this is probably not the review for you to watch until you've done watching the movie. But I am going to talk about some spoilers, some pretty major spoilers, so if you don't want to see those, click off now. Goodbye. Love you. Come back when you've seen the movie. First thing I want to talk about, this movie is super long, so definitely go and set aside some time to watch the movie if you're going to, because I went to a 10:50 showing and I don't think we got out of the movie until 1 o'clock. So super long movie, but totally worth it. It doesn't feel slow. It doesn't feel like it's dragging on and you're like checking to see what time it was. I was surprised when I got out that it was 1 o'clock because it did not feel like I was in the theater for that long, but it was, in my opinion, a really great movie. Now, if you're going into it thinking that it's gonna be just like the book, you're gonna be really disappointed. I've read all 3 books. I love them. I'm a huge fan of them. I think they're wonderful, wonderful books, but this movie is not the book. That's not to say that it doesn't do the book justice and that it doesn't, like, pay tribute to the story and the characters. It's just very different. I was talking to my roommate about it, and I think we both kind of came to this conclusion that Insurgent as a book was a little bit more vague than the other two, and so there was a lot of indecision of like between the characters in the book, and so in order to translate that onto film, you almost needed to add a little bit more action and a little bit more drama, which they definitely did, but it wasn't out of the realm of possibilities of the storyline. Like, it wasn't like they just threw something super random in there that made no sense. If you've seen the trailers, they have this box which was not even sort of kind of a part of the book, and you're like, what in the world is this box? I don't understand. If you've read the books and you are probably like me, and at the end of Divergent, the movie, you were like, what in the world are they gonna do, because they don't have the hard drive, and that's pretty much the entire premise of the second book, is them running away because they have this hard drive. Well, kind of think of the box as the hard drive, except Triss doesn't have it, Janine has it, and Triss is basically the only one that can unlock it, and it's got this message from the founders, much like the actual hard drive in the books does, and basically Janine is trying to find a like pure Divergent in order to open the box, and of course it turns out to be Triss, because if it was someone else that'd be kind of anticlimactic. But the way that they portray the box is not necessarily like outside of the realm of possibility of like the Divergent world. It actually makes a lot of sense and kind of pays tribute to what four interests were trying to protect in the books. And I just think that it was a really cool addition. It was a good way of like kind of personifying like what the characters go through in the book without it being a terribly boring movie. Just a few random things to say is that Four's mom looks like she's about 12 years old. She's extremely young looking. I don't know why they decided to cast this actress. She did a great job acting, but she literally looks like she's the same age as Theo James, which Theo James is supposed to be 18, which, lol, he doesn't look anywhere near 18. But his mom looks like she's about 25, and it just doesn't really seem to like add up. I just expected her to be a lot older, kind of like his dad is in the films, but that whole storyline is really not as flushed out as it is in the books, but it's still important to the storyline. The movie moves really quickly because there's a lot of information, there's a lot of stuff happening, and I think overall, the movie does a really good job of like sticking to the overall themes of the book. It doesn't like like I say, like throw something totally random at you that you're like, that doesn't make any sense, that would never happen in the books. It pretty much sticks to the storyline. It just adds a little bit of theatrical flair, which I think was needed in order for this movie to not be a total dud. But overall, I think it was a really good movie. I'd say don't take it as a representation of the book. Take it as its own individual movie that is inspired by the series. Like I said, it really does do a good job of sticking to storyline. There's a bunch of twists and turns that are not in the book, but I think make the movie more interesting. Like, major spoiler alert, 4 kills somebody. That's very much out of his character in the book. That's something that he like very much is like, no, I'm not going to kill people. But what happens, like I said, is not necessarily out of the realm of possibility. And so I'm not gonna say who he kills, but he straight up shoots somebody. So keep your eye out for that and let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Other than that, I really did enjoy the movie as a movie. It's been a long time since I've read Insurgent, so I didn't find myself picking apart the movie the way I did with Divergent because I had just read the book when the movie came out. But I definitely think it's worth seeing. Set aside the 2 and something hours to see the movie. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. I would love to know what you think about the movie down in the comments below. Be sure to leave comments and let's fangirl together. I love the Insurgent Divergent series. It's one of my favorites. So please comment with me down in the comments below. I would love to talk to you about the movie. In the meantime, my name is Parker. This is Stories in the Dust, and I really hope you'll stick around a while. Bye, guys.